Hi, everyone. I'm excited to let you know about something we practitioners at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living are bringing to our community. It is called Midweek Inspiration, and it will be a 45-minute pick-me-up on the first and third Wednesdays of the month on Zoom. We will have meditation, a short talk based on the book Living the Science of Mind, a brief Q&A session, and then before closing our time together, the practitioner will do affirmative prayer for those that would like it.
Hi, midweek inspiration for me is a time for connection and a time for me to explore highest good.
Midweek meditation for me is I have more understanding of living the science of mind.
What the midweek inspiration means for me is inspiration. It's an opportunity to get together with like-minded people who have a goal of feeling and creating wholeness for themselves in every area of their life and also extending out to others.
For me, the midweek inspiration is a chance to connect to other like-minded people. And it's also just a wonderful reminder of the truth of who I am and what we all are. And I'm just so thankful and grateful for it.
All I have to say is set your clock so you know what time it is in the midweek inspiration, because it was wonderful. It was my second time here, and it's what I need to get me through that part of the day that's kind of quiet at night when I need some good spiritual advice.
Good morning. All right. If it is comfortable for you, please lower or close your eyes. Sit back in your chair, adjust your feet, relax your face, and just breathe. Release anything that happened before this moment that doesn't serve you. Release anything that may be distracting you. And consider how amazing it is that our very life force, our heartbeat, our breathing is automatic. We trust that our next breath will come. We trust that our heart will continue to beat. We don't have to worry about the vital functions that keep us going. Take a moment to give gratitude for these automatic processes. Give gratitude that we can trust that God has allowed for us to trust that our next breath is in the next moment. And take a deep breath in. Consider the idea that if we can let go of control of the very processes that keep us alive, what else can we release to God? Take a deep breath in. Remember, in each moment, we can release our desire or need to control ourselves, others, or circumstances by remembering that God has got us. Take one last deep breath in, and when it is comfortable for you, open your eyes and come back to the room. Namaste.
Morning, y'all. Morning. From UC in Southern California.
Mistakes is true, the ignorance of youth. I dropped a bomb or two, I drank a bit of brew. I've seen what I've been told, 'cause I've been bought and sold. But I'm worth more than gold. This time I break the mold. A flower never fails to make me breathe. A river's always sinking out the sea. A mountain climbs as high as it can be. And everything's always reflecting me. And everything's always reflecting me. I cheated, lied, and stole, but nothing left me whole. Just a corrupted soul on a downward roll. I've lived unfaithfully, I've wasted most of me. Now I'm surrendering to what I'm here to be. A flower never fails to make me breathe. A river's always seeking out the sea. A mountain climbs as high as it can be. And everything's always reflecting me. And everything's always reflecting me. A soul session takes a lifetime to reveal. When I wake up to the obvious I feel, I grow lighter when I let it all go. I am one with all I know. A flower never fails to make me breathe. A river's always seeking out the sea. A mountain climbs as high as it can be. And everything's always reflecting me. A flower never fails to make me breathe. A river's always seeking out the sea. A mountain climbs as high as it can be. And everything's always reflecting me. And everything's always reflecting me. And everything's always reflecting.
I invite you to just gently close or lower your eyes as I offer my prayer this morning. And just let my words be your words as I speak in the first person. I know that there is only one presence and one power in this universe, and it is love, glorious love. Love and light, wisdom, infinite intelligence, and beauty and harmony. And because I know that this is true, I know that I am one with this glorious love and power and harmony. I am so full this morning. My heart is so full. I am just overflowing. The reflection is just amazing. My vision for this New Thought in the Desert weekend with installations and Unity joining with us and all the speakers and everything that has transpired here is beyond what I could possibly have even begun to envision. And I am just so grateful for every single person that has been able to attend this New Thought in the Desert. Oh my goodness. Yes. As Reverend David Ault says, it's so true. And I am ready. I am ready. I am ready to be used to fire, aim, and just explode everything that I have to give and to receive. And this is just the beginning. I know this is just the beginning for all of us. And I cannot wait to see how this turns out. I am so grateful for the music, for the message that our Reverend David Ault will give us this morning. For all of us here that are joining together in this, I have to say again, new thought in the desert. It's brand new here for us. It's just the baby steps right here. So I now know that because I am so grateful for everything that's transpiring, I now can release my word into that creative working of this universal law that always, always says yes. Because it is done, it is perfect and complete, and we can say together, and so it is.
Patty, come up and join us on this one.
All right. We invite you to sing along with us. If you want to get up and dance, you can. Here we go. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded about who we come to be. We are loved, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Here we go, sing that again. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. David White and Janie Lula.
All right, well, hey. This is what I'm talking about. All right, if it's comfortable for you, please say while you're standing, please say with us, God bless America and the rest of the world. And because we're kind of full, just turn to your neighbor and say good morning and welcome. Or give him a hug with the hand. Give him a hug. Are you behaving? Oh, then I have any fun. I know you don't that all Christmas Greetings, greetings, greetings. How many are here for the first time? Just raise your hand. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I'll ask that you sign our guest book if you feel like it. I won't stop you. I won't promise not to stop you, but you can always unsubscribe. All right. All right. Do you know who I am? I am Reverend Cheryl Bell, co-senior minister here with my sister, Reverend Stacy Hilton, and we're introducing Lisa Lee from Unity of Las Vegas. Awesome. We'd all like to do something for new people that come for the first time.
Yes.
You want to do that?
Absolutely,
Okay,
I can
go
do
ahead.
that. For
Awesome.
those of you who are here for the very first time, I invite you just to stand. And we're not going to ask you to say anything, but we have an energetic blessing that we would like to offer you. So I invite our community, absolutely. Rub your hands together and repeat after me. We see who you are.
We see who you are.
You are a divine miracle.
You are a divine miracle.
You are indispensable to the creation of the universe.
You are indispensable to the creation of the universe.
We love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
And we celebrate the light that you are on the planet.
And we celebrate the light that you are on the planet.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for coming and celebrating with us today. Thank you. All right. Okay, Stacey, you have. You don't have a mic. Oh, Lisa has your mic. We're gonna call Unity of Las Vegas. They're going to do their announcements first.
Wait, no. I want to thank just a couple of people have done a couple of things this weekend. So can I ask you? I want to thank the men's group. If you're part of the men's group, would you stand up? Or if someone that I think Jesse, you're not part of the men's group officially, but you helped out with the chairs, which was so helpful. Thank you so much. Actually, Bob Denny was the one that suggested David Alt come. So thank you, Bob. Particularly for that, for reminding us that, he's the perfect person. If you were a speaker or had a workshop, would you please stand? Yes, thank you. We also have 3 installed ministers. If you were installed, would you please stand? We also had some 2 guys you might know that did a concert last night. Would you please stand? I don't know where JD went, but
He's here somewhere.
Applause is hit for him as well. And then David, you're going to get a lot of applause anyway. But would you please stand now anyway? These folks came out on most of them on their own dime, with their time, and I know they could be a lot of other places, but really, would you really want to be anywhere else than Las Vegas and on this weekend? It was the bomb. I'm just saying, if you missed yesterday, it was off the chain. If you missed Friday night, beautiful ceremonial, just wonderful. So I am beyond filled up right now. I guess I can go till next Sunday.
Awesome. All right.
Lisa, you have anything else?
Just full also.
Full?
Yes. Right?
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
You want mine or hers?
We have to pry it from you.
Just to speak about the whole fullness and the joy of this collaboration. I mean, part of it is really this willingness to really join together in what is wanting to happen next for us as a spiritual community. And so that's part of the foundation of this amazing energy. So I just wanted to bring that forth and just to thank all of you. It's not an accident that each of us are here right now. And I feel the miracle of that. I feel the joy of that. I feel that we are the perfect people to do what is needed to do on the planet right now. So that's part of this energy, and I'm just celebrating us in this moment.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for, there is another workshop after service, and the men's group again is, they stepped up and they're providing lunch. So please stay around and support that last beautiful, but Rev Val's having a journey to Delphi. So please support that and just continue to be who you are. You're the love of this center, and we appreciate who you are and how you show up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on down, Don.
My name is Don Fouts. I'm part of the leadership team of Unity of Las Vegas, and honored to be invited to say something about our beloved Lisa Lee. Amazing. Thank you so much for your leadership of our church. I feel like Ernest Holmes and Charles Fillmore are brothers. They both have the experience of being taught by Emma Curtis Hopkins, and here we are today living that legacy of love. Much, much appreciated. And I also want to say a special thank you to David Alt, who has inspired. I'm giving the talk next week at Unity, going into Halloween. What are your fears? And how does fire, where's fear in your fire? As you are ready and you aim. So I'm very excited and feeling inspired. We have a couple of ongoing, well, first let's to tell you who we are. This is our fire, our identity and our purpose. And if you are in Unity, or if you want to join us, we're going to say this together. We are family for each other, welcoming, nurturing, and awakening one another at death. And our real fire, our purpose, birthing the new human as the face of evolving love on the planet. Sounds like quite an endeavor. Trust me, it is, but our leadership is a fulfillment of this message. So we have a couple of ongoing, well, let's just go into what we are based on. Both of these missions, CSL and Unity, are prayer-based ministries. We have prayer request forms for Unity in the back, and you can fill those out. Our prayer team will attend to those later in the week. And then our ongoing, we do a couple of different things. One of those is we support Jamie Jett's assignment on Mondays, and so we want to bring that to your attention, and Kitty will do that again later. But Unity's has A Course in Miracles on Wednesdays at 5:30. This is both a Zoom and a live A Course in Miracles, and it's fantastic. Join us here at 5:30, and the Zoom is at 6. You can get our registration for the Zoom on Unity's website. And we do a midweek inspiration also on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. This is Zoom only, and we review the special reading and what we are inspired for the week in the message, and we invite you to that. We have another invitation to feed the homeless. Ira, raise your hand. Ira will be setting the agenda for feeding the homeless on November 2nd, and it is something that we've been doing for years with St. Timothy's in Henderson. And we have one more of the ladies in Unity are doing a fundraiser for Christmas, and if you have not got your coin can, there are sign-ups outside. And I think that's my mission here. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Joan Johnson, the board president for Unity. And I have a brief announcement, actually. So in 2 weeks, on November 3rd, we want to invite any and everyone, actually, to know the business of the church, where we stand, and also our future of where we want to be, actually. So with your ideas, your suggestions, we would love to solicit them from you. And if you have any questions, of course, into that time, please come approach me or the other board members as well in leadership. We want to get your feedback also where we stand together. So with this work that we're doing, as Dawn had mentioned, we are wonderful together, and we can only do as best as we can. So thank you so much.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonia. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content. Ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all I have found. Let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. As your spirit I've become, oh, knowing what I'm here for, rowing on to distant shores, sowing from the infinite, God in everyone knows. Turning like a breath, lets me know your name, like Ezekiel's hold me in the same like a kiss, see as your word. I see God in everyone.
Thank you so much, both of you. My favorite song. Yes, my favorite. Whew. Speaking of God and everyone, really quickly before I get to this other person who is an amazing soul, I was remiss in a couple of people that I need to say thank you to. That's Yvonne and Kathy. Reverend Cheryl. They made all of this go. All of it. So thank you so much. All right. Whew. Blueberry muffins. All right. I don't know what that means. It's okay. Whew, we'll talk about it later. All right. Reverend Dr. David Alt is a visionary leader in the Human Potential Movement, who has been promoting mindfulness, global literacy, and social justice for over 30 years. Oh, it's not a new thing? No. Say it. He has traveled the world as a teacher and heart-centered guide with the sole purpose of bridging our collective forgetfulness into our great collective reawakening. Mm-hmm. As an award-winning author, leadership, and personal coach and global education advocate, he exemplifies his motto that people would rather see a lesson than hear one. He is the founder of Kaleidoscope Child Foundation, a nonprofit organization that empowers vulnerable children and communities worldwide with sustainable education, life skills, and clean water. Since its inception more than 20 years ago, Kaleidoscope has established schools in, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry, in Cambodia, but and Lumpur, India, and collaborated with literacy and hygiene programs in Guatemala, Africa, and the United States, serving more than 1,000 children annually. David is also an avid adventurer. He has hiked the Inca Trail to the ruins of Machu Picchu in Peru, twice trekked across the ancient pilgrimage known as the Camino de Santiago, and submitted Kilimanjaro in Africa. We heard a little bit about that yesterday for those that were here. David regularly leads groups on sacred site journeys, service trips, and constantly marvels at the wisdom gained through cultural immersion. As a respected teacher, writer, and columnist, David is the author of the bestseller, Where Regret Cannot Find Me, and the multi-award-winning The Grass is Greener Right Here. David currently lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Please welcome the one and only Reverend Dr. David Alt.
Yes. We're redecorating. Talk amongst yourselves. I brought my most appropriate prop here in the desert. I live in Atlanta, where you step outside and you instantly are soaked. And here I'm like, where's the water? Gary and Jamie sang, I see God in everyone. I want to give you my perspective on that, and that is a vision. And a vision is something that will never be completed. So to be a visionary means that you correlate, you find, you invite, you embody something that lights your fire. And you understand that you will spend the rest of your waking days doing that, leaning into that, becoming its hands and feet, knowing that there will never be a finish line. And when you think about that definition of a visionary, then you can begin to look at people in our own history, like the suffragists, these women who in the very beginning advocated for the right to vote, and in their lifetime never got to vote. It's that classic quote about planting fruit trees under whose shade you will never sit. That's what a visionary is. And to say, I see God in everyone, is a vision because it is continuously pulling at us to look beyond our perceptions. And to recognize and know that there will be all kinds of new cycles of people who seem like they're wearing a costume and they're not God. And that is the beautiful word beyond. Everything has a beyond. If you looked at the screens that they were showing during the weekend, it was Standing Strong. Standing strong is impermanent. Because where you stand strong right now and in the identity that you are accustomed to as you are will become impermanent and it will dissolve. And then you will have to get new legs and then you will have to move and you will have to experience standing strong in the next thing and standing strong in the next thing. And so one makes peace with the master teacher of impermanence. As the Buddhists say, no clinging, grasping, or craving, neither pushing away or grabbing at. Finding that equanimity inside in order to be in the world but not of it. All of that is a vision because you and I are steeped in something called relative reality. I would never come up to someone and go, well, that's an illusion. Because it's relatively real. Meaning it's small r real. But there is this thing, the vision knows, the visionary understands that there is a capital R reality. That is the thing we call God. That is the thing that our founder Ernest Holmes called the divine design or infinite intelligence. It's the same thing that has been passed down the wisdom from Charles and Myrtle Fillmore to every New Thought tradition that says that the only reality is God. That is the founding principle by which you and I jump on and say, I want to be a vessel of that. And as you jump on and you say, I want to be a vessel of that, it has layers. Meaning, I loved Reverend Sunshine Day talked about it being elementary, like that was elementary school level. When you begin to look at that principle and you go, oh, okay, I can pray that. I can read that, I can study that, I can feel all warm and fuzzy knowing that God is in everything, and then I go outside. Yeah. And when I go outside, I'm like, oh, and there's all this cross, interference going on, and we sort of ignore it until that interference pushes us in a sort of metaphoric corner. That's the crisis mode, right? Remember on Friday night I said people show up out of two things, inspiration or desperation. And we waffle back and forth. Some weeks I'm inspired and the other weeks I'm like, and sometimes when I hear the principle that tells me that the only reality is God, I just want to bristle because I go, people don't understand what I'm going through. That is a master teacher. Neither pushing at the pain or grabbing at a quick fix. How can I learn to be? One of my most beloved teachers, Ram Dass, said, everything and everyone is the guru. Everything and everyone is the guru. Even the person, the memory, the wound, the identity that you hold on to that has confined or restricted or kept you in a finite belief system that says that you are not enough. The biggest perpetrators of your grief are master teachers. And you know what? None of that will mean anything to you until you get pushed into that corner. Ram Dass tells a story about teaching meditation in the prisons. And he was a little nervous about what that might look like, and he had done this training, and he was assigned to those who were on death row. And as he entered in to teach meditation to those on death row, he said the most extraordinary, unexpected thing happened to him that completely changed his trajectory and his understanding of light and God and love. He said he walked in, and all of a sudden, all that he could see was illumination, beaming coming out of their eyes, out of the portals of their heart. For those who had been sentenced to death row. And he said, I was the student. And those individuals in that situation became my teacher. And it was the most extraordinary, the most beautifully sweet nectar to be absorbed in terms of meditation that he had ever experienced. And then he also got assigned to those who were serving a life sentence. And he said it was a completely different experience. They mocked him. They were there out of obligation. He felt so disconnected, and it was so hard in order to swim through that sort of personality tar that he felt himself in. And he goes, what's the difference here? And the more that he began to participate in both sides of the camp, the more he realized that those who had been sentenced to death row had been pushed so far into the corner that the only thing left to do was surrender. Surrender identity, surrender the anger, surrender the story, surrender all of the things that you and I are not even aware that we are still holding on to, that we actually kind of call precious, that we believe is the real foundation of who we are, those identities that we become so ensconced in. And you and I haven't done anything wrong. Some of you, I can tell, have been pushed into several corners. And isn't it a beautiful thing? Some of you are going, I don't want to do that. I used to tell my students my favorite quote of all times is from A Course in Miracles, and it's, love brings up everything unlike itself. And I went, what does that mean? And then all of a sudden I realized, love. If I stand here before you and I advocate, I am a person of love. I sing about it, I speak about it, I give lip service to it. Everything unlike love kind of rises to the surface like steam on a pond in the morning. Not to test you, but to help us make good on that advocacy. Peace brings up everything unlike itself. Again, even in the apparent absence of these things, and my students would go, well, I'm not going to advocate for anything. Right? So everything and everyone is the guru, and eventually you and I do get in the vision of surrendering ourselves, we do get into the corner enough that all of a sudden we understand that in order to grow, you have to outgrow. You have to begin, as Maya Angelou says, to not walk around with gloves in your hand. You have to open up to be able to receive. And it's hard. It's hard when all of your life you have thought of yourself in a certain way. Right? And I really want to continue to remind people over and over again that what you are is pure essence. There's this mantra song that says, we all come from God, and unto God we shall return. We all come from God, and unto God we shall return. Like a river flows into the ocean, like a ray of light returning to the sun. That's what you are. You're pure essence. Pure essence is not an identification. It has no duality to it. And all of these identities and personalities in these lifetimes and in this curriculum that you and I are having is a part of the returning. So I also would tell my students all the time, you've already won. You cannot not return to the one because that is what you are. Right? So put that in your pocket when you're in the relative reality. Put that when you are using everything within your power to prevent being pushed into the corner. And begin to let life be your master teacher. And so beyond, standing strong means that right now you are cultivating a strength in standing who you think you are right now. Can you begin to taste and understand and consider that who you are right now is just a finite example of that pure essence? So when you pray, use me. When you sing, use me. When you say, I want to be a visionary, it's going to require something of you. It's going to begin for you and I to begin holding less tightly, clinging lightly to those identities, to the stories. Because the path of the visionary is such that there is a bit of a celestial speed up the more and more and more you get into the corner. And the more and more the prevention energy that we've become accustomed to begins to dissolve. Sometimes when we're ministers and we've been really head to the grindstone with regards to a particular theology or philosophy, we become a little in the mindset that this is the finish line. And I know for me as a child, my curiosity and all of the other things that were fertile. Someone said, we were talking about, the abuse of childhood. Isn't it beautiful, rich, fertile ground for a spiritual path? Right? It's like we're not going to identify and make that our story. It's the fertile soil. It's like, ooh, I popped in and chose that. Wow. Wow. But you have to go through your process. You have to go through the identification of it until it wears out, until the vision takes you into what's next. And the same for me with our beautiful philosophy of New Thought, knowing that when we start to talk about words like infinite, that it's still a concept. The conceptual mind, right? It's the place where all of the pictures of how we think it's supposed to look is housed in the mental art gallery. And then we begin to let go of those concepts. And we begin to see what is beyond. So to go into the cave, all the way to the back of the cave, to take it as far as it will go, and then to recognize that, there's a door back here that leads me into the next portal and the next evolution. And that was kind of fostered in me in the rich, fertile soil of growing up in such an abusive and impoverished childhood. So much so that when I got this uncharacteristic email from Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith back in about 2016, inviting me to come and to participate in some pathway of shamanic studies, I was like, and then I didn't answer it. And I love Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith just like anyone else, and as a colleague and as a mentor and as inspiration. But then to get a second email because I didn't answer the first email, I was like, oh. So I will just say that off I went into something that was beyond the norm for me. And it was indigenous shamanic studies. It was in Costa Rica. And I went, and the first time that I went, I was invited to be a teacher during the day and to participate in these ceremonies at night. And it was just mind-blowing. And then the man who founded it loved me and he invited me back, so I kept going. And each time that I went, I was being further and further pushed into the corner. Until it's like all of the wisdom that is contained in these indigenous teachings knows exactly when it's time. And so that story of that childhood, and what I remembered, completely opposite. I had painted my father died when I was 7, which just exacerbated the problems. I was the baby of a tribe of children. And the memories and the way in which I would speak about him, I painted him into being a saint. And in this experience, these year-long experiences, I was taken to a reality of some of the most vile, physical abuse, So much so that I resisted the process and I tried to pull myself out of it. And I remember thinking, oh, this is my imagination, and I didn't want to deal with it. And then going back in. And each time it then revealed to me that it was my father that was the perpetrator. And not just for me, but all of my siblings. And you know the thing like dominoes, all of a sudden everything began to make sense. It was like, ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. That's why my oldest brother, who became a professional baseball player for the Toronto Blue Jays, shot himself in the head. That's why these sisters did what they did in order to escape and to leave and to craft their own protective shield, but never were able to master. And it's like why one of my my only surviving sibling is in dementia. And I looked at that and I felt such shame. I thought, how could you have been a minister for all of these decades and not known this? How could you have worked with people who talked about dissociative trauma and not recognized your own? And it was like, it wasn't my time. The level at which it was revealed to me was so groundbreakingly uprooting that I don't think I could have handled it before that. The meticulousness, right? And so I go back one final time. I feel like, wow, this has taken me to parts unknown. And I'm taking back to the moment that my father passed away. I was 7. He was in the VA hospital. We all have this genetic heart thing that has run through the lineage of all of my siblings as well. And I was taken to the morning where he passed away. He had gotten up to take a shower in the VA hospital. And I'm in this journey. I'm hovering over the shower. I'm seeing it like it's real time. I can see the water coming out of the hose, and I see his body collapse. I see the nurse attendant come in and find him, quickly turn the water off and run out. And then the voice, that which is the intelligence, that which is Mother, Father, God, whatever it is that you want to call it, it says, now look at him and say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And I said, so I pretended to ignore it. And then it grew in its intensity and it said, say to him, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And I was like, that's a little premature. I appreciate what you're trying to do. Maybe someday. I mean, it had taken me a decade to just reconcile with mother stuff. And I'm like, whoo, boy, no, this is fresh. And it just grew, and it pushed me into the very nexus of that corner. And it said, tell him, well done, thy good and faithful servant. So I said it. And the moment that I completed it, he looked up at me and he went, you got it. You got it. And I said, got what? You got what this relative reality is. Nothing is as it seems. When you go back to the principle that says God is the only reality, when we sing, I see God in everyone, it's almost like, I was thinking about this morning, it's almost like our soul has a deck of cards. And each deck of card is something to vision and become a master of. So the card of helplessness and victimization, maybe sometimes that's the only card that becomes my work in this lifetime. And everything becomes set up then in order for me to master that particular thing. Maybe it's unworthiness. Maybe it's not good enough. Maybe it's all of the things that you and I, the person sitting next to you, shares the same deck of cards. And if you really want to bring integrity to the principle or to the song, God is the only reality, then you have your deck of cards and it says, which one would you like to release? And if we say all of them, it might say, hold your horses. That would be another 100 lifetimes. But to be willing to say yes to one begins to meticulously open up. And so he said, you got it. And then the voice said, you don't stop with this. Now you stand in front of the mirror and all of the things that you have condemned about your physical body. You place your hand on those parts and you say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Every person that you have continued to lock into the identity of your Goliath, your perpetrator, you say, just like the Ho'oponopono prayer, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And we keep doing these. The path of the visionary, going beyond what anyone else would say is normal. What's normal? To the experience of those individuals who had been condemned to death row, having all of that light. Each of us are in an impermanent body. And the beauty is, what do you want to do with that while you're here? It knows nothing of age. It knows nothing of economic background. It could care less. What does it say? Principle is not bound by precedence. Your moment of power of being able to say in full integrity, I see God in everyone, can happen right now. Right now. And each time I go out and I forget, because I am going to forget, I'm going to go back into the relative reality. I'm going to go, well done, thy good and faithful servant. I'm going to look at my face in the mirror and I'm going to remember what my very first teacher, my mama, my new thought mama, Louise Hay, who I got to travel with as a vocal trio to open for her in those early years, would have people do mirror work. When was the last time you did some good old-fashioned mirror work? Where you just looked in the mirror and you said, well done, thy good and faithful servant. So flip the script. Don't try to avoid the corner. Let the world, you don't even have to manufacture it, let the world walk with you into the corner so that you and I can begin to surrender. I'm all about practicality, and I leave you with this last little example. One of my favorite stories, again, about Ram Dass was in his reconciliation about being a spiritual teacher, but also having hate in his heart. Like for him at the time, it was Caspar Weinberger. Oh my God, I think he was like the chairman of the Department of Defense or something. Loathed this man. And he would struggle so deeply with, how do I be a spiritual teacher when I'm feeling this? And so he had his altar, his puja, as they say. And on his altar were all of his spiritual influencers, his teachers, those he was passionate about. So there was Buddha, there was Krishna, there was Shiva, there was his guru, Neem Karoli Baba, there was Jesus, all of these beautiful saints on his altar. And every morning he would come and he would pay homage to them as he would do his spiritual practice. And so he took a picture of Caspar Weinberger and put him on the altar. So every morning it was, hello, Jesus. Hello, Buddha. Good morning, Krishna. Hello, Baba. Hello, Caspar. It doesn't have to be heavy. We do not have to cling to the stories. You are not your wound. Where you stand strong today, if you really want to play with the paradox, is who will you be a year from now? If you continue to let that thing, that vision push you. Isn't it funny? Pull and push. To look at it in a new way, that it's pushing you, pulling you into the beauty of the greatest gift that you and I can accept. Surrender. God bless. Thank you so much.
Dr. David Alt, once again. Oh, better plug in. Doctor. Thank you.
Been seeking glory my whole life long. Been on my own since I was born. The badge of lesson I have worn. I've fallen down, I've left my knees, stumbled on life's mediocrities, wordless without a prayer, or so I thought. The battles that I won, I never fought. I'm not my story, I'm not my song. Been seeking glory my whole life long. Been on my own since I was born. The badge of less than I have worn. I've been judging you as much as me, seeking surrender, haven't found the key. Beaten back, broke, living blue. Will I forgive myself and know my truth? I'm not my story, I'm not my song. Been seeking glory my whole life long. I've been on my own since I was born. The badge of less than I have won. Blessed is revolution, conscious contribution. Only one solution is love, is love, is love, is love.
is my story. This is my song. I've been bound for glory my whole life long. I've been lifted up since I was born. The Holy Spirit is taking form. The Holy Spirit is taking form. The Holy Spirit.
That's amazing sound. Oh, thank you. Whew. That's okay. Okay. Our ushers are coming forward. We have two centers here today. If you need an envelope or anything, please raise your hand. I think, Ira? I don't know how old we're doing this for Unity. It just doesn't matter. Oh, I see. I got it. They got envelopes. All right. You know, this has been quite a weekend. I was gonna say day, but this started. It started last Monday, actually, and I'm just so grateful. And that's what this is all about. If you would please take your gift in your hand and repeat the affirmation on the screen with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for her. Each and every person here, each and every gift given. We've all been given such a gift today. Thank you, Dr. David, for reminding us of that ripple, reminding us that what we do today goes on forever. And I'm just so grateful for it all. And so it is. And so it is. Sunshine, your eyes, dewdrops, dragonflies. Come on, y'all. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Sing it out with us. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Let's do that again. Come on, y'all. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Sing like you're grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. So grateful.
Okay. Well, I would love it if Reverend Val could come up and talk to us about what's happening right after service, wherever she is. wherever she went. She's here somewhere. There she is. Come on up. As was mentioned, we have the Men of Unity and our center, the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, have prepared a lunch for us that are people that are staying for the workshop. And it's just a love offering basis, so stick around. Reverend Val's going to tell you why. Uh-oh.
Good morning. Good morning. The Journey to Delphi is a spiritual ceremony that involves some blessings and some crystals and a labyrinth. So it's an opening going into you, finding out who you are, know thyself. So I would love to give you this experience this morning of going in and finding that, answering some more questions. So please we'll be doing it in the corner. Well, first we'll be sitting down, I'll be explaining everything, and then we'll start going into the other room for our labyrinth. Thank you.
And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., join with practitioner Jamie Jetty for her Life Reflection Cafe. It's a compassionate meeting. We have conversation, connection, and reflection. So if you haven't joined yet, you still can. So come tomorrow. The Healing Woods Book Club is currently reading What It Takes to Heal, How Transforming Our Lives Can Transform the World by Prentice Hemphill. And the last meeting will be on Wednesday the 30th at 4 p.m. on Zoom. Practitioner Gary Alimo is hosting his Spiritual Living Circle this coming Saturday, the 26th. The meetings are held on Zoom from 1 until 3. There it is. And so sign up if you haven't done that, because this is at no charge. And it's also, you receive a 6-month subscription, free subscription to our Science of Mind magazine. So join for that. This coming Wednesday, the Holocaust survivor, Ben Lesser, is going to be speaking here, and his books are on sale in the bookstore for $20. And this will be from 1 o'clock until 3, this coming Wednesday, the 23rd. The foundations, we're having a class, and I'd like to bring Reverend Stacy up to talk about the class that's coming up here. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's very exciting.
Thank you, Kitty. Thank you. Oh, what a good, great, and grand day. We have a class, Foundations class. It is the last class I guess it's technically the last time it's supposed to be offered. Don't know about that. Don't know what will replace it. But it will be offered by myself, Reverend Cheryl, and Reverend Cynthia. It will be hybrid. So we will be here beginning October 29th from 6 to 9 or 8:30 or 6 to 8:30. So we will be meeting in the room over there, the multipurpose room. We would love to have you. Unity, you are invited. As Robert Brzezinski told us yesterday, we're a New Thought community. So we're not trying to take you away from from Unity. We don't want that. Well, we'd love to have you, but that is not our goal. If you want to learn the principles, you want to learn how to pray as we pray, then please come join us. We love you. We'd love to have anybody that wants to show up. It is a love offering basis. So that's it. All you need to do is buy the book. Thank you.
Okay. Is that it? That's it. Cool. For now. Okay. Oh, while we're bringing people up, I'd love it if Dr. David could come back up again, because he's got something very important that he needs to share about his book.
Semi-important. They didn't come in time for the thing, and they're going to arrive on Tuesday. So if you want a book, my beloved J-Ram, wave your hand. Look at that. He can take your money. $15, and I think there's 30 coming, and it would be wonderful if they didn't have to ship any back. So if you want to buy 2, you can get it for 25. But more importantly, if you want to know and stay connected to the work we do in the world, if you're interested in some of these international trips that we do for our kids, we also take an email list, and we don't spam you either. Maybe you might get a newsletter once a month. It just depends. But it would be wonderful if you wanted to do that. And so much of our work Those proceeds trickle out to Kaleidoscope Child Foundation in order for us to keep our doors open overseas. Thank you.
And it's our season, of course, to renew our membership again. And again, you don't have to be a member. You can be a member anywhere and be a member for Centers for Spiritual Living. Unity could actually be members with us too, right? We could all be members for you and us and combined. Okay, that's the way it's called. Well, it's not up there anymore, but that's what's called New Thought in the Desert here, right? Yeah. Okay, so if you're interested in volunteering, we're still looking for ushers and greeters and bookstore people. And Love Supply Pantry is still ongoing, so if you know anyone that's food insecure, let them know we have food in our pantry, and when you're shopping, just pick up some items that might be non-perishable to help us keep that going. For prayer support, just send your prayer request to prayer@lasvegascsl.org or text 702-524-7096. And of course, the bookstore is open, but really, we've got a whole bunch more going on out here too. So don't forget that we've got all our vendors out here and everything. And remember to bring your aluminum cans for our youth camp, for the winter youth camp. Empty aluminum cans. Bring them in. Empty. And there's a big bin back there. So, and then just follow us on Facebook and Instagram and visit our website. And just everybody, let's continue to have just a fabulous day today. So excited.
All right, I'd like to ask our Ministry of Prayer team to please surround the room. Any visiting ministers or practitioners are also invited. Either join us up here or surround the room. Thank you. It's on the stand. The mic. Look at this. Wow. You know, I like to say, do not leave here with a heavy heart. Any one of these people can pray with you, pray for you. You can leave a prayer request in God's pocket or even in Unity's box back there. Just know that we're here to serve and support you. All right, I would like to ask, Dr. David, could you give us a closing prayer? We have a mic?
I guess I do. Wherever you are, take a breath. If you feel comfortable and you want to grab the hand of the person next to you, I know sometimes that can feel intimidating, but if you would just experience a little bit of connection, feel the energy of that person. Think about the term circuitry, that which is love, that which is the principle. God is all that there is in the circuitry, and it moves from your hand to the hand of the person, through the heart, into the next, into the next, into the next. It is infinite in nature, and to the degree that we are willing to be available to see it, it reveals itself. So this day, this beautiful, precious day, may we each say, I'm available to see it. I'm available to be it. I see God in everyone. And so it is.
All right, let's stand and sing our peace song. Oh, no, that's what we're doing.
In the name of love.
Oh, in the name of love. That's right.
Name of love, with a heart of praise, bold and fast, decorate this place, as it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will
be an announcement in the next 15 minutes. If you won, okay, and anything else I need to say? That's it. Love you. Oh.
Okay, repeat after me. Something. Shout out to New Thought Media Network. Thank you for being here. It will be recorded. It needs some post-production work, but so look out for it. So look out, check your Facebook. All right, so repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Make it a great week.
Walk a mile in another man's shoes. He's got a bad day running his. Anyway, you spin it.